What's poppin', everybody? This is ICJ, Justin Woodward from Interrogating Entertainment, the Mix Media Indie Exchange, and this is another self-reflective moment. I'm gonna go into a question that somebody asked me about game development and getting started. The question is, at what point in your business development can you pay yourself to live comfortably and also pay your team market salary to help you develop your game? So that question is pretty tough because there's a lot of factors that play into the expectations of what your economic status is, your economic growth, and then also how you plan on living while really pursuing what your dreams and goals are. And it doesn't really matter if it's game development, art, painting, becoming an actor, a carpenter, or whatever your dreams may be. At least this is my opinion. It depends on what you're willing to sacrifice. So for instance, if you have high car payments, you live in this ridiculous loft, you go out on the weekends or see movies 2 or 3 days of the week and eat out a lot, those things, if those are your expectations for becoming successful when you are trying to grow a business or you're trying to start a new way of living, those expectations may not be realistic. So if you are willing to do whatever it takes to make your dreams come true, to create, produce, and make things happen, sometimes you have to step back. You have to take a couple steps back, figure out what your approach could be, where you can cut back a little bit, and then focus your energy to making something happen, right? So the reason why I'm saying that is because you can live off of ramen noodles, you can live off of $5 footlongs, which I would not recommend because Subway has cardboard ass bread, or Little Caesars pizzas or whatever, salad, EBT for a little bit to get by. Like all these things, I mean, I've done a lot of these myself to make sure that things were popping in the right direction. But it's just figuring out like how you can you basically gotta be fucking scrappy. I mean, just to be honest. So if you're saying I'm gonna make a damn game and you're like, I'm gonna do whatever it takes to make a game, you will figure out the loopholes, the shortcuts, the living habits that will make that possible. Now, I'm not talking about cheating or cutting corners on your design or trying to put out a bunch of crap. What I'm saying is a lot of things that people take for granted are not necessity. And you could really survive off of much less than what you're consuming, basically. So you can cut back on spending on certain things. You can cut back on where you live. You can move in with your mom. You can move in with your brother. Move to a different area. If your passion is to make a game or your passion is to make a movie, you need to figure out different ways to cut away some of your spending habits, your excessive time wasting habits, and figure out how to make things work, do or die, pretty much. So that same thing kind of goes with your crew or your team. If you're willing to make sacrifices, sometimes you're going to have to sacrifice more for your team to make sure that they're okay. Because not everyone, it's not easy being a leader. It's not easy being a driving horse. It's not easy being a driving force to push the momentum behind your passion. Plus, it's your passion. So you have to be willing to work harder hours, figure out how to sacrifice for your team, get them things that they want, and compensate that way. And then make sure that they're all on the same page. So as far as market salary for your team, I don't think, starting off that is a reasonable expectation for yourself or for promising your team. So you're gonna have to work with people that are just as scrappy as you, just as passionate as you, and really want to get shit done the way you want to get shit done. Now, if you're at a higher level, you're still gonna want those same things, but you're gonna be working with different expectations, with different passion and different necessities as far as how many people do you have on staff? Do they need health care? All these type of things. But when you're starting off, you're starting from scratch. You got to be scrappy. You got to fucking hustle, and you can't think of things or business in that linear pattern or that linear path, because it's going to take you through ups and downs. You have to learn, figure out different patterns in order to succeed and take small steps towards your goals, but that it's not a simple answer. And I'll just tell you, everybody who I've worked with through the mix, through Interabang, that I've kind of grinded with, hustled with, shed tears with, or partnered with, they all have that same drive, that same energy, that same hustle. It's real positive, but it's also, you're living and dying this, basically. And that's how I feel. You don't have to feel that way. If this is a hobby, then this is your hobby, and you can put out some great stuff too. But when you really are kind of down on your luck, you don't have a lot of resources, you don't have a silver spoon in your mouth, and you're really trying to survive and go towards your goals, and your life journey is making games, or your life journey is being creative, you have to do this or die. It's like 50 said, get rich or die trying. But getting rich, in this case, the metaphor is succeed in fulfilling, in becoming fulfilled in what you want to do with your life. That's pretty much it. I mean, it really isn't a pat answer. It's a lot of soul searching, but grit, grind, hustle, just good vibes, good energy. That is what pushes you in the right direction, regardless of the obstacles that come in your way and the shit that is thrown in your face at time to time. That's pretty much it. ICJ, Justin Woodward, A Moment of Reflection. Super Combo Man coming out soon. Look out for Jay and Silent Bob. Yes, I am going to go shove that in this little moment of reflection, because that's what I've been grinding on. PAX coming. We have a nice booth. Thanks, Nathan and Cappy. Yeah, I'm happy. Everybody have a great day. Peace.